Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of
Boys, Booze, and Blood.
Blood. And today we're recording for the first time in a while, and we're excited to come back. After the dust has settled and the hype has gone, we want to talk about the Halloween franchise and the new movie coming out.
It's true, it's been a while.
Yes.
So let's start with the first one. Do we love the first one? Did we grow up together? Are we really attached to this franchise?
It's nostalgic.
It's a nostalgic
Very
franchise.
nostalgic.
That's first. First things first.
Oh,
let's
cheers.
take a
Let's
shot
cheers.
and cheers. It's been a while.
Cheers to
Cheers.
Halloween!
Halloween.
Sorry, the alcoholic guy has to get his fixin'.
Ah!
Let me get us going.
Anyways.
Okay, go.
But yes, it has been a while. And Halloween has been the talked about movie to come. And I feel like now everyone has had time. I've seen it twice already.
Me too.
Okay.
You guys, you've seen it twice?
I've seen the text.
Okay. So it's just, that's why this is a good time to dive into the franchise.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
a
and
whole.
spoiler alert! We like our spoilers have Boys, Booze, and Blood. So if you haven't seen it, please turn
It's
it
been a
off.
while. These come on.
We gave it.
Yeah, everybody needs to have seen
Everyone
it.
has seen it already by now.
Yes.
But just heads up, spoilers.
How do we think about the first one? Did it mean a lot to us growing up?
You know what? I always think about watching it on AMC.
Mm-hmm.
And like during the whole Fear Fest and everything that they do for, now it's like a month, but before it was like maybe 2 weeks before Halloween. Halloween would always be the first. With that, I would always see 4 and 5 the most because that's the ones they played the most. But I feel like the first one was like a nostalgia point of view. So younger, I was always like, it's Michael Myers, it's Halloween. All kids grow up with Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
a lot
It's
of the
a rite
kids,
of passage.
It is, and then you know what? Even in today's generation, the things I've seen, like, because I work at a school, all the kids know who Michael Myers is. All the kids who knows who Freddy and Jason is. Like that tradition is kept alive
Yeah.
through the parents.
Yeah,
Which I
because they're
love.
our age and they love it as much as we do.
Exactly, and,
Generation.
and that warms my heart. Like Halloween passed, but like seeing the kids, like I would wear my horror shirts at work,
Yeah.
and they always comment on it, and I'm like, I'm always like, oh, I'm like, your parents are
That's
doing
cool.
a good
They
job.
did right. They did it right with you.
They did right with them.
How
So I
about
feel
you?
like it's, I don't know, the movie in general is boring. Now that I see it,
Yeah.
it is boring, but it's more like an ambiance movie. I put it on when I feel the first fall wind.
Mm-hmm.
I light my autumn candle. Like
What does your Adam candle smell like?
from Target? It's basically you get pine scent, I don't know how to, it's like cinnamon,
Uh-huh.
like a little bit of pumpkin, but not like it's not overpowering.
Cinnamon spice.
It's just
just a little bit of pumpkin.
Pumpkin spice.
I don't know. It's just like it sets the mood, and I put on Halloween. Like, unfortunately, because we live in fucking LA and it's hot as fuck all
Yeah.
the time, even in October.
Yeah.
And like I'm waiting for the first like cool fall air. Never came. I just fucking put on the AC and just did it anyway.
Turn on the fan. Feel the breeze.
And the movie's in the background, and like even though it's not as engaging, it's an ambiance movie to me.
Yeah.
Like it's iconic. It's just something that you have your usual viewing of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I did grow up with 4 and 5 as well, but like I think towards like when I was in junior high, I would see Halloween, so I would that's when I would eventually buy it and watch it. When I got it, I was like, it's not as fast paced as like 4 and 5 is, but that's where you appreciate the direction with John Carpenter and the music.
Yeah.
A lot of the music plays into it, and that's what creates the tension, the scares.
Agreed.
Because that's why people didn't know if it was like a slasher kind of thing. Because later sequels went to slasher route. This one kept it. It was like a slow burn slasher.
Yeah.
I think. That's what I felt like. It was very slow.
Slow burn, yeah.
Yeah, so it took its time for the pacing, but that made it exciting was the music for me.
Yeah.
And the dark shadows, and that was the creepiness for me.
The stalking.
The whole stalking, yeah, the boogeyman, because he would just appear. He wouldn't. It reminded me a little bit of the strangers.
Yeah.
They would just stand there. They don't have to do
Yeah.
anything. It's just their presence.
Totally.
Their presence is what's frightening.
And that's
yeah.
what started with Michael Myers. All that whole thing started with him. And I think because later on it became more of a slasher thing, and this one didn't go like the blood gore kind of thing route, I think this one is what makes it a little bit more special.
Yeah.
And that's what part of the nostalgia comes from.
Totally. Like it feels like Halloween when you play Halloween in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I grew up like knowing about Michael Myers and all that, but watching the first movie when I was younger, I was like, I'm so bored. Like nothing's happening. He's just standing there. You know what I mean? But like watching it now as an adult, I can appreciate like how beautiful it is. First of all, but like how it's just this guy randomly coming up somewhere where he used to live and then attacking some people that used to live around them. So it's like the fact that they weren't related in the first one, like no one came from that place, like, oh, they're related, like that made it scary. Like he's just attacking these girls.
He's just attacking for no reason.
For no reason. And that makes it kind of scary. And now that I'm older, I can see that. But when I was younger, I was like, this shit is boring. Like the music is iconic, and now like it creeps you out when you hear it, even as a ringtone. But watching it as a kid, I was like, no, like nothing is really happening.
That's why it's better as an ambiance movie. Like,
definitely.
Just have it in the background, go on your phone, or like, you know, even pumpkin carve to it. Like, you know,
the first one is very much like Suspiria to me, and I'm sorry whoever likes Suspiria and Halloween, but it's very like style over substance.
Yes.
Like it's very beautiful to watch, but like story wise, it just drags along, and he's just standing there for a long time, and just like, and then the end piece where he's killing people is just hokey and pokey and like
well, like with Annie especially, like I thought it was a little cheesy the way she's making like
super
weird
cheesy.
faces and shit.
She's crossing her eyes and everything. It's like Three Stooges getting killed. It's so stupid.
I think that's why more people, like when they go for it, they don't even remember PJ Souls and Jamie Lee Curtis, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. But even PJ Souls, her like she's crossing her eyes too and like making funny faces while she dies.
She shows her tits. That's what I remember.
Exactly. Good for her. But it's like it was pretty bland. But when it came to the second one, I was like, okay, this feels more like a slasher to me. Like it is like this pretty girl decided not to be pretty anymore and just got gritty. Mm-hmm. And that's when I liked it.
Well, and I'm surprised they waited so long to do the second one.
How long did they wait?
4 years.
Oh, shit, 4 years.
Well, that's why, because Jamie Lee Curtis shaved her head or whatever, did short hair. And that's why she had that terrible ass wig. I'm sorry, I didn't like her wig.
It's not that terrible.
It is terrible.
But you know what? I was reading about this. The reason why they also kind of did it late is because Friday the 13th happened. It copied Halloween.
Right.
It went the slasher route where it was sex, drinking, teenagers being rebellious, kills, blood. So that's why part 2 wanted to copy that now. Mm-hmm. That's why it went more of a different route than the original. That's why.
But I mean, that formula is, as a slasher in general, that's a better formula. I mean, it's like that's the typical genre, you know, type of plot detail that we've grown up with. Like, you know, your slutty teens or whatever, you get killed for it. I mean, but I feel like what
Drink,
Halloween
have sex, and get killed.
Exactly. Halloween 2 kind of played off that, but with adults.
Yeah,
and that's what I liked.
That's
it's
twist
like
with it.
To me, Halloween 2 is one of my top favorites.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think it's superior in that I like the mask for one. The mask is more like slicked, more scary, kind of ominous.
Okay.
So to me that was probably my favorite mask. You know, kills were a little bit more brutal, and I have to mention a scene in there that I think scared me more than the movie itself. Mm-hmm. Was the mom bringing her kid in the ER because he bit a candy with a razor blade in it, and it's like the razor blade's in his mouth. Like, to me, that's freaky.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, you see shit like memes or whatever saying that, oh, now they're gonna lace the candies with like, you know, coke or weed, and I'm just like, okay, fuck me up. But back then they put razor blades in it. You bite into a candy, like, okay, back then my fat ass would have bit into a candy, no problem.
For sure.
Boom, razor blade in your mouth. That shit's sharp as fuck. Like, that's scary to me. Like, someone will be that malicious, and it's just like, I like that extra part of it.
Yeah,
and
it has a little side piece.
And the hospital scene is iconic. Like, when Rob Zombie redid it, I was excited about it because it's just like, to me, the hospital thing is an iconic like setting. Like, it's scary to me. You're in a hospital. It's for one thing, I want to know, why was that hospital so damn empty?
Slow night.
It's late at night, yeah. But I think that's where the creepiness comes from, is that when you're at a hospital, you're supposed to feel safe.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel like they're gonna take care of you. And if you're
not taking care of
it and people are dying, then you're not gonna feel safe anywhere else, honestly. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where the second one played off.
Because that kind of
Yeah.
freaked me out. I was like, why is nobody in this hospital? Why is it only her?
Yeah, the
Like,
second one
Where's everybody?
totally raised, like, brought up the ante and made it more slashery.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this whole, like, opening scene at the beginning where he's still in the neighborhood and he's going around in the houses and he goes into this
Oh,
house
the
and kills that girl.
Mrs.
Like,
Elrod and everything.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. And I never appreciated that before until I saw all of them now that I'm older and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like the first one because it's very stylish and very Halloweeny, but the second one's way more slasher.
Yeah, it played
and
up the
more,
slasher aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But then they brought in the element of them being, like, related. So it just, like, I don't need a backstory to my killers. Like, Jason works well because you don't get you get a generic backstory and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
they don't try to add anything.
That's
to
the
that.
thing too about it is that Jamie Lee Curtis's character as Laurie, she's never affected that it's her brother.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's one thing that she finds out and it's kind of like meh, whatever, no big deal. I think Dr. Loomis cared more about it.
Yeah,
than she
Yeah.
did.
it was like just thrown in there.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like, story wise, it doesn't have much of.
So when they
To
erased
me,
it
it makes
in
sense.
the new one,
I know.
Really?
It,
Okay.
it makes sense in the sense, like, why does he go back? Now you know why.
because the bitch got away. She's like, I'm gonna get that bitch that got away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It doesn't need to be his sister.
See, I have more plot points on this for the new one, so I'll save it for
We'll,
that.
we'll
one.
get
I'm just
there,
saying,
yeah.
like,
But
but I'm
just
just saying,
part two specifically.
this part two specifically, like, I think it worked because now you kind of get a sense of why he's doing this. You know, it's like it doesn't have to work that way,
Yeah.
but it gives it a little bit extra. You don't need the extra, but it gives it a little bit extra.
It gives
That's
a little
why
more
I
to the
liked
story,
it.
and it gives a little more
More
depth
story.
to Lori. I think because we didn't get to know who she is. She's our final girl, and we don't know the show. She's just a babysitter. That's
Yeah.
how we. And her friends died.
Yeah.
And a virgin.
Yeah.
That's-
But I think that's what we wanted from the first one, right? And like, yeah, if you're gonna continue the story and stuff, then yeah, maybe we want some more story.
add a
All
little
right.
something. Add
Yeah.
something to it.
But
that we
like
didn't know.
when they first were doing the first one, they weren't going into it with that mentality, like, oh, this bitch is gonna be badass, and this is gonna be the backstory, and this blah blah blah. So they just added this to add to it, which brings us to the third one, where it is.
And the thing is, Halloween 2 had a great ending to me. Like,
Oh,
The fire.
well, kind of the fire, it was supposed to be like, that was it. They were, because John Carpenter didn't want this to be like a franchise. He wanted it to be like an anthology.
It's really like a
So
part
he-
two. That's it.
Exactly. He ended it, Loomis, killing the monster and, both gone, and there, it was done. That's where he was like, let me try something different with Halloween 3. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Because they told a story. They finished the story.
It was supposed to be part of the anthology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think fans didn't like that because they liked Michael too much.
Yeah.
Now, on its own, Halloween 3 was decent.
Okay.
I liked it.
Your opinion.
Yeah. What did you
You've never-
like?
you've never
What did
seen
you
it.
like?
I've
What did you
seen
like?
it.
I've seen it
I've
too.
seen
What
it.
Okay,
did you
what,
like?
what I liked about it, like, it was kind of slow and hokey.
Yeah.
Because, like, even Tom Atkins is a good actor, but,
Yeah,
like,
obviously.
I don't know, it was hokey. I like the idea of what this company was trying to do with the mask, because it kind of did freak me out as a kid. Because, again, I would watch it on AMC, but it's just like, you put on this mask and you just rot from the inside.
Yeah.
First of all, the theme song of the, Silver Shamrock, great. Just the flashing of, of
that I
the
love.
pumpkin.
That little jingle.
That is like you're about to get a seizure and you're about to get mentally fucked up. Like, I love that. It was crazy to see. So as a movie in general, I don't consider it part of the franchise.
No.
No.
As a standalone movie, it's good. It's like it's an 80s type movie, but
You don't seem very convinced.
no,
about
I haven't seen it in a while. I've been meaning to rewatch it, but it's just I haven't.
Well, that's what
Just gone around to it.
like I seen it years ago, and I was bored.
Mhm.
I was bored out of my mind. I did not expect Michael Myers. I knew that from the
Yeah.
beginning. I knew
Yeah.
that, but like I tried watching it, and it just like it didn't pique my interest. The only thing that I did like was the jingle, and I was like, so whenever
Yeah.
it played, I had fun with it because it. When I hear it, I was like, it's very Halloweeny. So that's why
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I could get into this, but. Considering the kind of story it was with the mask and the witches and all that stuff, it was a conspiracy. I wanted more out of it, and like the character, like the lead, Tom Atkins, he's great, but his motive was just to get laid.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I like
that's-
it, don't like it.
It was very to me. It was an all over the place movie, but
is.
it was just,
I think most people would like it just because it's nostalgic.
I think it's it's a fan favorite movie just because of the elements of it and
Yeah.
Tom Atkins, and
But
maybe
that's fine.
it's slightly
That's fine.
cold.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, there was not like no.
But that-
I could not get into it. I was bored out of my mind. I was like, I cannot concentrate. This is so stupid. Like I couldn't. That's what I had.
It's a
to say
Goosebumps
about
show.
it. It's a basic like the
It's a haunted
Goosebumps.
mansion.
That's why it was
It's a haunted
the
mansion.
Goosebumps episode with that mask is more entertaining than
Than
this
this,
movie
yeah.
for sure.
But I think that's what it tried to do. Like it was,
But
it was trying to
it's-
be anthology.
I
but-
did not like it at all, and I did like I said like you said. I did not expect Michael. I knew
Yeah.
what I was going into.
Not
And it
expecting a
was
slasher.
something on their own. I tried my hardest, and even I tried to enjoy it just as a Halloween movie, something
Yeah.
to watch over the Halloween season, something more, blah blah blah. No, I can't. No, thank you.
It was too pokey for me.
No.
Like,
Which is why, I mean, they did the return of Michael Myers. Halloween
Yes!
4, which is, I think, I'm going to say it myself, I think that's probably my favorite one.
yeah.
Halloween 4 is your favorite one.
Well, wait,
One of my favorite ones.
Okay.
we'll rank them at the end.
Okay.
We'll
I don't know
rank it,
about a
but-
ranking. To me, it's even hard to rank. It's
Okay.
because it's the one I've seen the most.
Mhm.
Because it's always on AMC, even if it's not Halloween season. It's the one I've seen the most, and like I love the story of it because it's kind of like, oh, you know, Laurie has a daughter.
Yeah.
You know,
It
Jamie. It's just
continues.
it kind of like passes torch to a little girl. It's very accessible. It's very entertaining. It's very fun. I love Rachel.
Yes.
To me, Rachel as a heroine, as a final girl itself, was very great to me. Just because she was like caring, you know, she was kind of selfish too because she did want to like be with her boyfriend that night, but she still took Jamie
Yeah.
trick or treating. But like she saved her at the end. Like she kind of reminded me of Kyle in Child's Play too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put her
Very
in the
much
same
Kyle.
ranking as Kyle.
And I love Kyle.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like that's where I hold Rachel in high regard.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, that helped the movie too. It's one of my favorites. It's entertaining. I was never bored.
Yeah.
You know, great kills.
Great kills.
Mask was a whatever. I hate the mask.
The Mask was
for
awful.
that one.
But for me, like it's very nostalgic. So it was one of the first Halloweens I've seen and I grew up with. The reason why I really love it so much is because the character of Jamie, played by Danielle Harris, she's very much a broken character. She's
Yeah.
someone who comes. She has no mom. She's with a foster family that her sister doesn't want her. She's getting teased at school. She knows the history of her uncle, and then people are throwing that in her face.
Yeah.
So it's a lot for this young girl to go through that, and then she's being chased by Michael Myers in the end and trying to kill her, and she's seeing all these people getting murdered and slaughtered. So you feel a lot of sympathy for this girl, and I feel like she was a stronger character than Laurie because Laurie, I know everyone loves Jamie Lee Curtis. I love her too, but if you compare the two, I relate to Jamie.
Her trauma's a little
Her
bit
trauma,
more great.
yeah. You feel bad for this little girl, and she's such a great actress in that
Oh
movie.
my
Like
God, yes.
the chase scenes, the thing that they asked her for, no other child actor has done this.
I fell for her.
Yeah, and like the scene when they're on the rooftop, that freaked me out. And then you just see Michael just pop up and chasing them. They're falling down. It made me really excited.
Yeah, more excited.
And I think Danielle Harris knows like that's her franchise because when we went to that screening,
Yeah.
she was talking about it. Like she knows like this is like what I wouldn't say it's probably her best acting.
Yeah.
but I'm just as a little girl, that's a lot to carry on. To carry a horror movie by yourself, like she made a really big impact.
Yeah.
So that's why this movie to me was in such high regard because it's like like you were saying with Laurie, I believe Jamie's trauma more than hers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know, I would love to see a movie where one Jamie didn't get killed. I don't consider Halloween 6 happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm
there.
just saying, if you know, I want to see where she's at after all this.
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck's going on. Like, you know, like this is where my hopes
Well-
for the new Halloween. But
Well, this
you know,
is also or I went back to as a saying, like Laurie, you never see her reaction to knowing that Michael is her brother, but when
Yeah.
you see Jamie, she has a reaction to this is my family, this is my uncle, this is my
Yeah.
past,
And she's
I'm
running
attached to
and
it,
she's-
and
yeah.
and like I said, she gets bullied and people are throwing it constantly in her face, like bullying her is calling like boogeyman, boogeyman.
Yeah.
And she's crying in tears because she has nowhere to go. She's defenseless, and then seeing this little girl being chased by Michael, who's like the indestructible, he's like a fucking force of evil chasing this little girl. You like, it's just really intense.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I love part 4 the most about it.
Yeah. For me, I love that part 4 brought us back to Michael, obviously, like after the flop. That was the third part. But then, like, adding to the whole, like, history of him and his family and stuff. And that, like, Jamie is Lori's daughter,
Yeah.
supposedly, or whatever. I mean, I just like her acting so good in this. And
Yeah.
it just,
Yeah.
like, it gets you. And then the ending is just like,
Oh,
okay,
yes.
they should have stuck with that for the next one. Because, like, okay, it's just a generic slasher. Like, yeah, whatever. But then it just brings it back to the first one at the end of the fourth one, where she takes on the mask and she's wearing the clown costume and she attacks her, like, godmother or whatever, or like stepmother,
Godmother. Her fairy godmother.
Her foster mom.
Not, her foster mom. So I wish they would have kept that going, but then we go into the fifth one and they just like make it into this whole hokey thing.
Well, like, from what I understand is I like that they went with that ending. I think it was one of the best endings for a slasher film. Because I was totally rooting for
I
it.
would have so watched the fifth one
'Cause honestly,
right
that's the
away
trauma.
if they
It would-
That's her trauma.
It's a
her,
psychological
like,
thing
it's
that would
psychological,
go
yeah.
into it, and
Yeah.
I would love that. But I think they were scared because of the reaction to Halloween 3. That they're like, since Michael Myers is not in there, there's no point of
Yeah.
bringing him back for one more movie and then take him out again.
But it's different when it's like killer mask than to have just like, okay, you have now a girl killing people instead of a boy.
Like,
it's not
like-
the same like mask.
like, would she be like possessed by his?
No, she just got crazy too. She's like, okay, Michael's
Like
there.
post-traumatic
now, I
stress
have to,
kind of
like,
thing?
Yeah, some PTSD, but I mean, I think it is for
Hereditary.
sure.
It's genetic.
It's hereditary.
No, I think for sure it's that they didn't want to lose Michael as a star,
Yeah, definitely.
and they needed it. So
They
that's why
proved
they brought it
they
back.
proved that Michael was a star with those.
Yeah.
Now,
I think
5
that's
wasn't bad.
I mean, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad.
I
feel like
love 5.
I do.
I
People,
love
okay, this is what I was telling
Everybody
George.
hates
I
it.
was telling George this year everybody seems to love 5 and is in love with Tina. Every other year before this, everybody hated Tina. Everybody hated 5.
Everyone
and
hates
this
her.
year, everybody
this year
came
in
out as
particular?
I don't know. You tell me. You
Like,
tell me.
I love
Because
5.
of Tina.
I love
because
Tina. Well, most people don't like it because they kill Rachel first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because they did the whole Alien 3 thing where, like, why would you make her a strong character and have her survive all this just to kill her off in the next one?
True.
They nude her. They nuded her.
But you know what? Because I felt like it just added more to
It
Jamie's
did.
trauma.
I didn't mind. I loved her, but I didn't mind her dying because a lot of movies in the 80s, in the sequels, they'll kill the main character from the
Right.
previous movie. Like Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah.
They killed what's her face in the beginning, and I'm like, what the fuck for? And they didn't explain anything. They just killed her off, like whatever. So I was like, I
guess to me, Jamie's thing where like she couldn't talk or anything to me wasn't like that believable. Like I guess maybe she was that traumatic that she couldn't speak or anything like that. But I mean, that's the thing. Like I was kind of I was legitimately sad they killed off Rachel. Just because she was such a strong
She's such a
character.
strong
Like
character. I loved her.
you know, and it's just like that was Jamie's
Her guardian.
her guardian,
That's
her one protector. Like
Yeah, that's all she had.
and that's all she
Everyone
had. Now
else was
she's
killed.
vulnerable. She
all
has
alone.
no protection. But she had Tina, and I have to give justice for Tina. 'cause of the
Yes,
whole,
justice
like,
for Tina all the way.
justice for
Can
Tina.
we take a shot
'cause-
for that?
Yeah,
I will take a shot for
justice
Tina.
Because
And I will sing the whole bump it up.
Because you know
No.
what?
Bump it up, bump it
Oh, where's Bert?
Wow, where's
Bert,
Bert?
where are you?
Well, you guys poured the shots. I just gotta say yes. Tina was really cute. Like she didn't deserve that responsibility. That wasn't her responsibility to have. She just wanted to have fun, and she got stuck with this little bitch that's being stalked by a serial killer. I get her that.
Yeah.
But she was so just like shrill. Ah! Like oh, shut up. Just be likable.
Was it the bump it up, bump?
Come on.
No, but I'm not sensible if I can help it. Ah! She just like
I'm sorry.
runs out of a mental institution just laughing like
Oh
that.
my
Like
God.
it's so stupid.
Okay,
Well,
let's take
justice
a
for Tina
cheers.
anyway.
Let's-
Cheers
Justice
for
for
Wendy.
Tina. Cheers for Tina. Let me tell you why she's the real bitch, and this is a bitch that you probably would have been the same way.
Oh,
Let me tell you why.
tell me what.
Okay, one,
Change his mind.
she took on the role of the best friend. She was
Yeah.
the best friend, and you know, she cared for Jamie like as if it was her own, you know, baby sister. You know, she didn't know fucking Rachel died or anything like that. Like, you know, she didn't believe Michael was still around. She didn't, you know, she's like, he's dead. She was just like everybody else. She's dead, you know, is just in Jamie's head. And so, like, when, you know, she got stopped at the gas station, they brought her back and everything. She's distraught. She's just like, this girl is sick. And she's mad at Loomis. She's like, why are you filling her head with these things? He's dead. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I don't blame her for being selfish. She wanted to, you know, she wanted to make sure Jamie was okay. She was there. She's like, you're okay, baby. Yeah. Like, you're good.
I see you.
All right, I'll be back later. She wanted to go get that dick.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at her for that. No, I'm not mad at her for that.
Me either.
Because look, and she was upset. Well, she's just like, this little girl is fucked up. You need to stop filling her head that Michael's still alive. And then she wanted to go out and have fun because it's look at you know
look at
you
Halloween
know,
3. Look at Halloween 3. He went out for the TNA, so let Tina have her fun too.
Exactly. Like she wanted to go get that dick and just have a good time on Halloween. You act like we want to do the same shit.
I see.
If your nephew was saying, Beto, there's still a killer out. There's still a killer out.
But
you act like you're not about to.
Well, you know what? But also she couldn't speak because she was connected to Michael Myers. She could see what he sees, but she
was trying to warn her.
But from her point of view, would you believe that shit?
I mean, I understand.
Everyone thinks it's traumatic stress. They're like, you know what? You're young. You went through... And she did stab her foster mom stuff, so that's why she's in the hospital. So they're trying to say, like... They're trying to make her believe that it's what you're seeing is just images. It's on your head. It's not real. Because when she's trying to warn them, saying that she sees things, they think that it's just her. It's just all. It's all her.
I don't know. I respect her for trying to go and get hers.
She gets her redemption because she takes that staff.
Exactly, and this is where she has a redeeming quality. Where it's like now that she sees shit is real, she sacrificed herself for the kids.
Tells her to run.
She tells her to run. She's like, kids, run, go, and she stops him.
Yeah,
she could have ran if she was selfish. That's why.
If she was selfish, she would have thrown her to the fucking Michael and be like, bye.
Exactly, but no, she grabs his arm. She's like, I'm gonna get stabbed, but she wants them to run, and she gets killed for it.
Yeah,
she's a great character because she tried. She did care for Jamie legitimately, and even though Rachel's not there, she protected her. She gave her life for it. Definitely. That's why I respect Tina.
Respect for Tina. Cheers, guys.
Like, I'm just saying. I get what people say when she's annoying stuff. Fine, whatever, but. In the end,
she redeems herself.
She was
like, I thought she was like,
I love that.
She's fun and ditzy to me, and I admire that. I love 80s dumb and ditzy. Look at fucking Kelly Bundy.
Exactly.
I love that.
You're so that. So
you are so that.
That's so why you relate to Tina. And when you met Tina, it was the best, wasn't it?
I loved her. And she was like, yeah, how old were you when you saw this movie? It's like, you had to be like native 30. Like, you're not. I was like, I am in my 30s. She's like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm 33, actually. She's like, what? And I told her, like, yeah, I saw these movies when you were a kid. She's like, wait, no, but you're in your 30s? What? Like, she totally didn't care. Like,
she was the sweetest.
Even Bert said, he was like, that was really cute.
Like,
thanks, Bert, for taking the picture.
She was very super sweet that I saw. Like,
she was,
that's good.
She's very fun, and she even asked me, she's like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to write on it? Like, she's very ditzy. And I love her. I love Wendy. Wendy Kaplan's awesome, and I admire her. And unlike Lisa Wilcox, she was very sweet and good to her fans.
Okay, so it brings us to part 6 now.
I'm not gonna say much on this. I hate
like,
it.
I don't.
Wait. This is
the fact that no, but like
this is your favorite.
It's just no. I said I don't know her. But the fact that what's his fucking name? Paul Rudd, isn't it? Like, that was his
first movie. TV movie. I heard it.
It looks like a fucking TV movie. His acting looks like a TV movie.
It was a TV movie.
No.
Stupid as fuck.
The reason is that the director had one idea, the writer had one idea, and the studio had an idea. So you have too many cooks in the kitchen trying to figure out what this is. So that's why there's different versions of this movie. There's actually like 3 or 4 versions of this movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because even the producer's cut was a little bit more decent, but I didn't buy it.
No.
I mean, what I liked about it was they kind of explained why he can't die. I love the whole Curse of the Thorns thing.
Stupid.
I know it's a stupid idea, but I like
that
there's backstory. They tried. It's terrible backstory, but I like that they did the backstory for it because I'm just like, I want to know why the fuck you can't kill him. You know?
Yeah.
even as a kid, I've always wondered that. That's why I'm just like, when you see the tattoo on his wrist, I'm like, okay, I want to know. I like that, but it's just the movie wasn't good to me.
You know what? Yeah. That was like things like that made me also curious and intrigued by part 5 because they throw little hints and you don't know why. Like, who's this mystery person? Why is this symbol there? Like, it made you wonder why. So when I saw the 6th one, I thought we are gonna get a better story out of it and not this hokey, boring bullshit thing. Like the 6th one, like I saw the regular theatrical cut. It sucks. The kills are good. Mask is good too. I like the mask. The kills is good. Better than the fucking 4 and 5, and I love those movies. I had to say it. The mask was better. It improved. But it was like, it's a 90s slasher, early 90s or mid 90s.
Yeah.
It was like around
93, I think.
You know what?
I would say late.
No,
not late. It was mid 90s.
Well, because it was Paul Rudd's first movie, and he did Clueless. Clueless came out in 95, 96, so this had to be like 94, 95.
I
It was his
think
first
93.
movie.
Yeah, he did this
It was that or Clueless.
No, this was his first movie, and Clueless came right after. And Clueless came out like in 95, 96.
95.
Oh, so it's the same year then.
Yeah.
It's just what else? Like, I don't give a fuck. Honestly.
It's not memorable.
Yeah,
To me,
it's like not important, not
And
memorable.
like even the producer's cut, it adds more story, but it makes it a lot more weirder. Like, I don't like that Jamie was raped by Michael. It just it's and then he has
I didn't like
she
that
has
at
his
all.
baby, and it's just
it goes into the thing like I don't need that much back info on this.
It's more story
like,
that is
I
unnecessary.
actually really didn't like that too. Like the fact that it's like it's his baby. It's like
and it's his baby,
disgusting.
and then they show
it is disgusting. I mean, the fact that like he rapes her and like they kept her all this long.
Yeah, it totally is.
I mean, and even I couldn't relate to her because it's a different actress.
Yeah,
but I'm just like they killed her. I still was sad about it because I love Jamie's character. Yeah. I love Jamie's character in general. I'm just like fuck, like they did her dirty.
It was bad.
You know? They didn't. I don't know why she didn't come back because of. Was it because of the script or because of money?
Who cares? Should we move on? H2O, amazing.
One of the best ones. Sorry.
We're going to H2O.
Top 3, top 2.
No, top 2.
Top 2. Yeah. I just need the first. No, because I like this. I like the first, second, and H2O. That should be all the franchise.
Mine might be 2 and H2O.
Oh, really? You don't even need the first one.
No, because H2O to me, and this is where I'm gonna have my say.
Yeah.
The most accessible, the most 90s feeling movie, because I remember seeing it when my aunt rented it at Blockbuster. Like, I loved it. It was fun, it was engaging, and then now as an adult, when I understand the story better, I understand Laurie's trauma. I love this Laurie more than 2018 Laurie.
A lot more. It's like she has the perfect amount of trauma for her. Like, she didn't go through that much.
Let me
so
tell you why.
Okay, we get it.
Because they still added in number 2 in that.
Yeah.
She didn't just have that one night.
Yeah.
She had Halloween 2.
That's true.
That's being chased through a fucking hospital.
This was the Laurie we always needed and wanted.
I think so.
We didn't need this new one.
I want this alcoholic Laurie where she's just fucked up.
She smothers her son. She's
smothers
overprotective.
Oh my god, Josh Hartnett?
Oh, babe.
My crush.
And that's his first movie too.
My motherfucking crush. Even when
that
this
whole
movie
decade
came out in 1998, and I rented this,
I saw this in theaters. My mom let me go see this on my own, and I loved it. I was 13 years old.
My young gay ass was.
I was living when that ending happened. It was like the whole theater was like a standing ovation. Like everyone was clapping and cheering, and this is also nostalgia for me because this was the first Halloween movie I saw in theaters. Okay. So I was like 13 years old in a packed theater. I'm seeing Halloween H2O, and we're celebrating the 20-year anniversary. And like I already seen 4, 5, 6, and 1. So seeing this, as soon as it began, I'm like, I'm totally there for Laurie because. She's mentally fucked up, but not over the top like the new one now. But like she's not there, and like I said, she drinks. She's overprotective. She's overbearing. She's also stubborn.
Aware.
It's her way or the highway, and but I like that she has a secret life and everything. Yeah. So this is the aftermath after knowing that this is her brother. So this is playing catch up.
Yeah.
So, so to speak, and we see where her life is.
It hasn't taken her life completely. Like in
Yeah,
the new
no,
one,
no.
it takes over her life completely, and
No,
that's all she
this
thinks
one-
about. This one, yeah, she has it in the back
It's a
of her
new life.
mind.
That's it.
But she's also like a working alcoholic. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
She's the headmistress of a new
School.
School.
And she's just like she's trying to rebuild her life.
Well,
Yeah.
It's,
it's
just,
a
but
dual life.
still.
She has her professional life. She's a headmistress. She's full of smiles,
Yeah.
very professional. But when you go back at home and you see it when she's with Josh, or wait, with Josh Hartnett's character, John.
John.
So it's a different story.
But even when
Yeah.
when she's making out with the boyfriend and telling her the story, like that scene is so good to me. She's like,
He's like, now do you want to drink?
because she's damaged enough that she wants to fuck, but she also has to
She's
tell
damaged.
you
That
she's been through.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's
She's got scars.
perfect.
She got battle
Yeah,
scars.
She got battle scars, and she's like, she's there to tell you, and she's not like because it might happen again in her eyes.
And she took better control to me. Like, it's just like that moment when she first sees him after all those years,
yeah.
iconic.
it's iconic. One, because you see it in all sorts of retrospective horror or whatever you see on the TV. It's just like her at the window with him. It's like, and her
Yeah.
face.
It's an iconic image.
It's an iconic image, and it's just like, like, oh shit, she sees him again. Like, I don't know, like even
Even he doesn't know how to react.
exactly
Because
He's like,
she goes for the gun and he's like, oh shit, I'd rather
yeah,
go.
but he twists his head. It's like,
He's like,
wait,
what
what?
the
It's
fuck?
like
Yeah.
you, like
I
that's
found
what I
you.
loved about
It's so
it.
good. It's just so good, and it's poppy and it's 90s, and it's like
Exactly.
But you know
the
what?
movie was very 90s, and I love. And when you tell me if there's a horror movie that's more 90s to me, I will hold H2O over Scream just because
I think they go
to
hand
me,
in hand.
They go hand
They
in hand,
do.
but
Besides
for
the
me,
score,
me, H2O is a little bit more just because I remember the exact day I saw it, the exact day I resaw it. It was like a family party, and we just put it on just because. And all my cousins were there watching it.
It was a family
And
reunion.
there's a family, there's a party going in the background. You know, my uncle's drinking and shit, but we're watching it in the background, and we're just like, you know, all tuned in on it. Like, it's just, to me, that's the 90s feel of it.
Yeah, because that's where
it was an iconic moment.
It's an
And
iconic
that's why
moment.
it holds over Scream. Like, but you know what? Thanks to Scream, we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know, what I
Exactly.
mean? It brought back the slasher. So they again after Friday the 13th, Halloween 2 came out. So after Scream, H2O happened. So even though
No, we all Scream a lot, of course.
Halloween paved the way, but Halloween is. They gotta take back what's been brought in and add its own little.
That's why
twist to
I kind of hate how Jamie's now saying like, you know, she regrets doing H2O because it's without
she did it for
John.
money.
Well,
She did it for the money,
first of all, she's also only saying that to promote this one.
of course.
Because
You can't say this was
But
better
it's
than
like
that.
I don't want her to shit on this movie because
She's
I
not
like
really
her in this
shit, like,
movie.
She's not.
Yeah.
I think. Well, she initially said I didn't want to do any more Halloween movies because I think it was where the franchise was going. She's
Yeah.
like, I don't want it to like. Don't ruin the first two. I did my part. We finished it. Told a good story. It's over. Done with. Anything else? Don't include me. The sequels are horrible. I don't want to be a part of it. So the only way to convince her is like, here's a big paycheck.
Yeah.
But I don't think she half-assed it at all. I think she gave it her all in this
No,
movie.
I think this was
She
one of her
put
best
a lot
work.
of effort. No matter what she says about it, the work shows.
Mhm.
I
And
don't
to me,
go-
the ending was satisfying. Like, it was like, I don't know. It's just,
H2O?
well, yeah, because it's just like that moment where she's just reaching out to him, like they're holding hands. It's just she's just like she's saying goodbye.
I
She's
think
just
that
like,
the
hold
ending
up.
is perfect for H2O.
Well, first of all, let me backtrack real quick. Leading up to when they first meet, we get all this suspense and drama and everything building up. So when you get that moment with them together, it like
starts from
it's-
there.
because
yeah.
he's like, because her boyfriend's like, who's that? He's like,
So-
she's like my brother.
Yeah.
You get this motherfucker.
So
like,
so you're like, okay, once you're in it, you're like, all right, let's go. So that's when she lets John and his girl Michelle Williams leave, and she breaks it, and she has the axe, and now she's the hunter.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
she's the boogeyman looking for him. She's calling him out, and it's not her running, and I like that. I love a final girl who wants to face her demons, and that's
Oh,
what it's all about,
definitely.
facing your demons.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
think
one
so,
thing
too.
I love about this movie because all the shit she went through, she's like, I've had it
She
enough.
started running. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I was
don't
like,
want-
I want to confront this shit head on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's do it. And she did it one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I love that. She locked them both in, No one's coming out. No one's coming in. It's just them two.
Yeah.
And she's searching all the halls.
And it shows you like the perfect way to end, like cut the head
and their
off,
battle,
blah, blah,
the battle,
blah.
everything. Like
just the battle itself is just like
throwing the
she
tables. Ugh.
she survived. She
Yeah.
was a survivor.
She's a
But
survivor.
wait, it's not over. We get resurrection because this did so well.
Wait, but let's still talk about that ending. And
But it's not an ending. That's what I'm telling. That's
well,
what I'm telling.
I'll get into that.
Okay,
but,
go.
But before we get into the resurrection, the ending that has to be another best ending to a slasher movie.
Yeah, that has to that. But if it was the ending, then we would be talking about it right now. But it wasn't the ending.
But I have a theory with this.
Show me.
But that's why I don't want to disregard. Like, no matter what happened afterwards, don't take away the moment from H2O because that's what made it even more iconic.
Oh, of course.
And the fact that when she chops off his head and she's breathing, she's free.
Mm-hmm.
She's free.
She's free.
And that's honestly where her story should have ended.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm not gonna lie.
So my theory is for Resurrection, it's a different timeline, like a what if scenario. Like I think H2O that's where it ended.
Yeah.
But and if it does an alternate universe, what if it didn't end? That's where Resurrection. I hold Resurrection its own thing. I don't include it next to H2O, Halloween 1 or 2. I don't. It's a completely different movie, different setting,
Different timeline.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I don't vibe with it. I would not say it's right there with Halloween 1, 2, and H2O.
Yeah.
Never. I consider it its own little thing, its own little timeline.
It's a silly movie.
Yeah, it is. It's a hokey parody satire movie. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not.
I agree
not
because
Hollywood.
with Resurrection, I was surprised they even went off it. You know, and like killing Lori, I was young, and I was like, oh my god, they killed Lori. But now I'm just like, she was done. She was tired of it. She's just like, give me another check and just get it over with. You know, because like, think of it back at the time. Like, she didn't think Halloween 2018 was gonna happen. She didn't think all that shit was going. Like, she's just like, meh, you know. So she's just like, fuck it. So it's like, it was a sad moment, you know, and I feel like it is an alternate timeline. Is just, what if it wasn't him? Which is very fucking far-fetched, but, you know, whatever.
Good concept,
it wasn't
though.
him.
I'll
Good
give that.
concept.
I don't mind that.
To me, I like Busta Rhymes in it. I thought he was
He's
funny.
the movie. He's the
movie.
star.
Fuck
He's
you
the star.
guys. Fuck you guys.
He's the
He's
star.
I'm sorry.
You guys are
He has
ridiculous.
The best
Okay.
lines, most memorable
If
scenes.
anything-
Oh my god.
He has one of the most iconic lines in the franchise.
There's a couple of them.
There's a couple of them, but he has one of the most iconic ones.
Trick or treat,
Motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Like, that's one of the most iconic ones. You can talk all you want. You know it's true.
I'm not even gonna respond to it.
It is just...
But you know what? It's a fun movie. It's a movie you could
It
drink
tried to play into, like, the
laugh,
whole reality phase
and watch it with your
everything.
friends.
Yeah.
It's not a movie to take seriously at all.
And we're not
No.
gonna take it. So.
Oh, we're
Rob
skipping
Zombie-
that fast?
Yeah.
No,
we're
I wanna
we're
talk
skipping.
more.
No,
Let's
because
talk
we have
more.
still Rob Zombie and we have the new one to talk
We got
about.
three more,
Say,
come
say your
on.
piece, and then we gotta move
Yeah.
on. Because
I'm not defending. I just want people to know I'm not defending saying it's a good movie, but the fact is that the director from Halloween 2 directed this. I think there was higher.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's why people had higher expectations, and because there are a bunch of deleted scenes to it that it just got. We don't know what happened. Like, where did
Poor Tyra.
even her death scene got cut because it was so bad. But like, I'm not saying like for me, I thought it's never boring, so I can't say it is all that bad. It's so bad that it's good. That's where I see it. It's not a perfect movie. It's horrible. It's shit. I agree with you, but it's not boring.
And so now we go on to Rob Zombie's
Zombie.
Halloween. And you know what? I know you
Division.
don't like this, or you don't. Whoever
The
didn't like
Division.
this. I love the backstory
I
of
love
Michael
it.
Myers.
I like the first one.
I love how Sherry Moon was his mom stripping, and like I just love the beginning part of that movie.
I love the. I think the first part of Rob Zombie's part is so good.
Yes.
It gives us a little backstory. Like maybe you don't want it, maybe you don't need it, but this was
and it's
kind
a
of makes
Rob Zombie
sense.
movie. You could feel it.
I loved it. Honestly,
I did.
I'm sorry.
It's very psychological, and
Yeah.
I respect that aspect.
Mhm.
He made it his own, and that's where he improved on the first one because the first one didn't have much of a story. Fine,
but I like
whatever.
the first one.
Huh?
I
no,
love the
no, the original Halloween.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay.
No, the original Halloween.
We're talking about the remake, like
The remake now. it added so much depth and story.
Yes.
Whether people didn't want it or not, it's a different Michael.
Yeah.
So you can't compare the two.
Totally.
Because you want to know why he's fucked up.
First of all, Michael got kung fu'd his ass in Resurrection. You're gonna complain about him being brutal and all this
Exactly.
shit now? He fucking took tapping from Buster Rhymes in the head.
Yeah.
Come on. The only way now is up. So
Yeah.
I wanted a brutal Halloween movie. I wanted a disgusting.
And it was brutal.
I wanted intense. I wanted it gruesome. I wanted gritty and.
And you know
gloomy.
what? I
want
feel
all
like
that
this
shit.
is Sherry Moon Zombie's best
Her
acting.
best acting.
Her best
I
acting.
believe it.
100%.
100%. Because it's just
I
like
hate
she
her.
took on the role of the mom. And
good
it, like, I
music
mean, I
videos.
liked her as baby, but I feel like as the mom, she had more depth.
She played a different character.
She played a different character. Like, she tried her best. Like, she was in a shitty relationship, trying to raise these kids. Like, and
I love
you know,
her
she
scenes with Michael.
stripped.
Her
Like,
scenes with Michael were my favorites. When they're
exactly.
in the hospital, when
Because she
she's
was
visiting him,
carrying.
and then the scene when she's thinking about suicide, like she was good. In
I
those
felt
aspects.
sad.
It was very sad.
It was very sad. I felt sad for her. I'm like,
This is
fuck.
another
Like,
thing. Rob Zombie's movies, they give you a lot of emotion.
yeah. they
And
do.
Halloween 1 and 2, I like the first one when
Hmm.
Sherry Moon is thinking about her kids and she's seeing like Michael as a kid and she's feeling like look at her life. Her man's gone, her daughter's gone.
She has nobody.
She has nobody, and her son's in a fucking mental hospital.
And he won't get
killing
better.
people.
He gets worse.
She's depressed, and she's another damaged character.
Exactly.
And it is unfortunate that she commits suicide. And then after they tell Michael, he has like no emotion about it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck.
And like with this movie, I love the brutality of it. Very much nudity and everything, and I love that he brought back Danielle Harris because I
Yes.
felt like she needed more shine time.
This
And
was Annie's movie.
this was Annie's movie, but
Definitely.
like I loved her for it because, you know, I wanted more for her, and I feel like Rob Zombie gave her redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, because she didn't get the shine she deserved.
from Halloween 6.
He gave her this redemption, and the movie itself gets kind of like once it gets to the actual like Halloween,
It's rushed.
it's rushed.
it's
It's,
a little
just
rushed.
kind of like it gets slow, but it's just like, you know, Scout Taylor Compton. I don't know. I as a Laurie, no, she did okay. I love her scream, but I don't like her as a Laurie.
My issues with the Rob Zombie's Halloween movies is the scripts. Like he's not a good writer for dialogue,
Mhm.
and it's a lot of f bombs. Like that's not a script. That's just
Exactly. I
fuck. But in his music, he doesn't curse. So that's why I'm like, why would his movies have so much cursing when his music doesn't even have it?
Yeah.
So this Laurie, it just like I just don't like that a lot of the cursing. That's the only thing that I think that's what a lot of people were turned off by. It's like it's unnecessary. Like if it kept the brutality but kept it being a
I feel like he
smart-
wanted it to be like, you know,
it didn't-
kind of how teens are, but teens aren't really this.
They're not like that.
They're not that like, you know, vulgar.
We're-
like yeah.
We're bad mouth.
Like
but
you
they
know,
don't.
Danielle
they're not
Harris
vulgar.
had her against the wall. Like you don't need that shit. Come on.
No.
You know, really. That's
But,
that's not the kind of Laurie I would see.
No, well, the first Halloween, I liked her a little bit more because she goes from being like living in suburbia, happy, and then all this shit happens, and then she has the trauma towards the end.
Yeah. And this is where I'm just gonna, because it's same story and everything. That's why I'm gonna transition right to
So
Halloween 2.
Yeah,
I didn't like it at first. I thought it was slow as fuck, weird and everything. But after the second and third watch, I like it as a psychological thriller.
yeah.
Because you know what? You can say shut the fuck up, but Sabas Kid, like, I did like it a lot because there was more depth to Laurie. She's fucked up after.
He said
Yeah.
after the third and fourth and sixth
Annie
view-
was more relatable to me. Like, I liked her better.
Well,
Like,
here's
she
the thing.
tried.
Here's the thing about it, about Laurie and Annie. They're both survivors who went through the same experience, but they had different outcomes.
Yeah.
Annie is still nurturing. She's still humble.
She's trying.
She's trying, but she's
But she's
still
over her
but she's
shit.
scarred. But she's
Yeah.
trying to move on. Laurie, she's damaged. She can't move on.
She doesn't
She's-
want to move on.
She's still caught up
No,
with
call it
the
like
events.
it is. She does not
She's
want to move on.
So So that's why she has these nightmares and she's in therapy and stuff. She has a harder time coping with what happened. She's not ready to move on. She finds it because she doesn't know that this is her brother. She doesn't know anything. She just knows she was attacked, her friend was killed, and she was chased and tried to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
So then Annie. I think Annie had it worse than Lori. But yet, I think
so. That's why it's like I feel more bad for Annie than Lori, just because it's like she is trying to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's just like like that scene where she confronts her, and she's just like, "You're not the only one. Look at these scars." She's showing her all this, and she's just like, "I'm trying to fucking move on. I'm trying to." He's dead. Like, I'm trying to move. It's just that's where I feel for her because she's trying.
Yeah.
Lori's not doing shit.
I think that's why Lori has dreams of killing Annie because she's like, how come she's moving on? How come I'm not? She's jealous and envious of her. And that's why she wants to kill her. Like, she has thoughts of killing her.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying, fuck you. How could you move on? How can you act so normal when I'm this mess?
Now I'm curious, like, what do you guys think about the whole the white horse thing, like, and the whole like Norman Bates mom type shit?
I liked it. It's a metaphorical. It's all about psychological shit, and that's where the second one goes.
It's just
supernatural.
It's just an easy way of telling you that's why he's killing people. His mom is telling you through the horse, through this, like, that's giving him a reason for it.
I would say because a lot of issues they have with the original timeline was, how does Michael know all this stuff? How does he know where to go and stuff? This one kind of explains that he's following his mom.
Yeah.
He has
The mom's telling
To me,
him.
the most redeeming thing about this movie was just the hospital scene. I loved that he did that in the beginning.
So good.
I love that he just played off because, like, when I first
Octavia!
saw Octavia. When I saw the trailer and it's like it starts out in the hospital, I was like, I'm fucking there opening day, and I was. I was like, I'm excited. I want to see this because of that hospital scene. It's just like seeing Octavia scream, blood coming out of her mouth.
Oh, she was good.
Like
that one little cameo.
Like, I'm fucking there for it because it was freaky and it's just
brutal.
Like for an opening scene for a movie, it was good. It was a good 15-20 minutes. Like, that's fucking awesome for an opening movie. Like, Friday the 13th had a great opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
The reboot, Friday the 13th. Because it was just, to me, I love a good, engaging opening scene. This is up to par with Friday the 13th in that, but it's just, I love they played off that hospital scene. It was iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just want to give a quick heads up because there's some people who complain that the opening was too long.
Fuck them.
Well, they say the dream sequence is too long. In fact, the beginning of the movie shows the ending of the first movie. Then it cuts into the dream scene.
Mm-hmm.
So the dream scene is actually a lot
For
short
what movie?
for the Halloween 2 for Rob Zombie.
Oh,
Because in the
okay.
beginning of the movie, it shows her when she's walking after she shoots Michael and she's covered in blood and they take her to the hospital. That whole thing, that's its own thing. Once she wakes up in the hospital bed and looking for Annie, that's when the dream sequence happens.
Yeah.
So the dream sequence is actually not that long. The opening is, but not the dream sequence. So, and I like that Rob Zombie says, what if I did redo the original part 2? This is what it would look like.
Yeah.
But that's just a glimpse.
Honestly, then I want a whole movie of that because that shit was fucking bomb.
Yeah, it gave us what we needed. But now we get to the new one.
Oh, is that it for...
Yeah, that's it.
Honestly,
That's
like I
it. We don't
said,
need to
give it
go
another
out.
2-3 watches. You'll like it better, but...
Just, don't overthink it.
And now, several years later...
Wait. Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to say a quick shout out to Brad Dourif. He was so good in that one scene.
You're right. We didn't
Annie's
give Brad...
death.
Yes.
So-
I'm sorry. Brad Dourif was great.
That one scene, I was in tears. I was crying.
He was so good.
He was
He's always
such
so good.
such a great actor, so underrated, and I love that he does.
Because we're used to him as a voice, not just an actor.
as Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're used to him as a voice, and as an actor, he actually did really well in this.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I wasn't surprised. He's an amazing actor and voice actor, and whatever you give him, he's gonna do good. But now we gotta go. Hey, no, it's been an hour. We gotta go to it. No, the new
fine.
one. What do we think of the new one? Were we as excited with the hype and all that shit?
No.
Nobody was excited. I wasn't excited.
Let me
that
tell you
much.
why. Because
Tell
they
me why.
revealed so much during production that I'm just like,
I don't think
can't
they
be
revealed
excited.
shit because even though you watched it, you still thought, oh shit.
Something in the back of my head told me, like, don't get too excited just
Okay.
because it's just... They hyped it up so much. Like, they covered and showed you behind the scenes during production. And I'm just like, why are you showing so much? Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to know all this, you know? the initial poster and everything, but once you see scenes like how she looks and everything, like I kind of want that as a surprise. And once seeing the movie,
Hold on.
like
no. Just talk about before seeing the movie. That's it? And then
no.
Then-
I'm just saying, like
Just a reaction for the
before the movie.
Before the movie.
Because they show us so many scenes, and even the trailers, I feel like the trailers showed so much, and then they kept releasing teasers and everything. After every teaser, I'm just like, what do I have to be excited for?
Yeah.
You know, Bert told us about the whole him going from house to house killing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had that as a second trailer. I was mad because I was just like, they should have just kept that.
Kept it that.
And second
a
trailer
plan.
just do other shit, but that was a great scene for me, and I'm just like, they ruined it, and I'm just like, okay, what do I got to be excited about now?
And that is why I ignored
Okay.
those trailers.
Go ahead.
I'm surprised you ignored it that long.
I
Yeah.
ignored it. Like I said, I didn't want to bash everybody posting on social media. You have every right to enjoy it, be happy about it,
No,
be
fuck them. They're
excited,
trigger happy.
be trigger happy, be whatever. But I had to skip it because I can't believe the hype. I don't want to know too much about the movie because the movie I knew the story's gonna be simple. So if you reveal too much, there's no surprises. So that's why I was like, be happy with yourself. Just don't expect me to like or watch your videos or anything because I don't want to know a lot about the movie. Trying to dodge the trailers in the theaters was hard, but I'm glad they only played the first trailer, which I already saw. That's the only one and only trailer I saw. Anything else? Well, once you guys said that it revealed too much in the second one, I was like, I'm definitely not gonna watch that one. And once I saw that, I saw a new clip or anything, I would change it. I would not watch it.
Yeah.
If it's the first trailer, I'll watch it. No big deal. But I only saw it like once or twice. I didn't want to get overly excited. Like, just Jamie Lee Curtis returning was excited. Judy Greer, I was excited for.
Yeah.
So just those facts alone, I was excited for it, but I didn't want to know too much. And the fact that they're ignoring the sequels made me curious about it, but that's where I left it. What about you?
So what? No, you tell me what you thought when you saw
Now after seeing it?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, when I first saw it, because I saw it on the Dolby digital theater thing, where it's like had better sound and everything, I always said my money. Not gonna lie, because it's just, I expected, better sound and everything. I had fun.
Okay.
I had fun, but that's it. Okay, I had fun with it because I didn't expect shit from it because of all the teasers and, shit that they spoiled. And even because I went with Bert to see it, and he was like, I'm not expecting much. I'm like, you know what? I'm not expecting much either. I had my drink in hand. I was just watching it. I enjoyed myself. I thought it was a fun movie. Now, I saw it a second time, and the second time I saw it, I had more problems with it.
Oh, interesting.
Which is rare for me, because when I see a movie a second time, I usually like it better. But this time I didn't.
Tell me a big problem you have with it.
Story-wise.
Okay,
Story-wise, I don't believe her trauma.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think someone would go this crazy. Okay, if you're going off just... that's why I'm mad. I was mad in the beginning when they ignored Halloween 2.
Yeah.
If you're going to ignore that, she should not be holed up in a fucking remote cabin with all this security. I'm sorry, getting chased and stabbed once will not make me go that fucking traumatic after 40
That's
years.
extra.
I'm sorry, no. And a lot of people will hate on this, but
No,
I'm
it's
sorry,
true.
no. If you were to be chased in the hospital after that, yes, I would believe it. But no, I don't believe her being holed up in this, survivalist, like the way she trained, like supposedly Judy Greer and everything like that. Like, if you were to be fucked up so much, then I'd believe it. That's why I was just like, no, that's why H2O is a better Laurie.
Yeah.
Is
It
a
works.
better survivalist Laurie. If I had to pick one of these bitches to protect me from Michael Myers, I will pick H2O Laurie.
Me too. I think
Just
so,
because
too.
it's just like, even if she's been drinking, I've been probably drinking with her too.
Yeah.
She'll get my back.
Take shots.
Yeah.
We'll
No,
take shots and she'll get my back.
I gotta say the same thing. Honestly, like I agree with you on everything. It was a little extra to put all that thing on top of her when she could just be like a little Lori, like in H2O. But
Dialogue and story was good because it's just like
Yeah.
I liked how like you can like I loved how you can tell she had trouble with her family.
Yeah.
Because like when
Yeah.
she was awkwardly there at that dinner or whatever, she's just
but
like
it
drunk
just
as
made
fuck.
me like,
Uninvited.
oh my
She wasn't
god,
invited.
mom, I don't want you here, mom. Wow.
Yeah. And Judy Greer, I love her as an actress, but she was underused.
No, her character should have died. The whole gotcha moment at the end, you're acting like he wasn't gonna come down there and get you anyway.
I feel like her
fucking get him.
I feel like her training should have been up there.
No, one of them should have died at the end. They should have Karen died at the end when he grabs her, or they should have Laurie jumped in to save Karen and then close the cage on both of them. Like made it a
There's
little.
two different endings. That's the thing that we
they both suck. I know about.
I read both of them. I know it's just they both suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
What was the original ending?
It was they all stab him and then he walks into the woods and leaves.
they don't all stab him.
Yeah, all three of them stab him.
Or I thought she shoots him and then he just walks away.
No, all three of the girls stab him and then he goes away.
I mean, to me, that would have been more like... That would have been more female empowerment of them stabbing him.
But no.
Because, like, we've seen it in the trailer where she has the knife and she's like, trying to stab him.
Yeah, we didn't see that
And then he stabs her instead. And what I read was that, you know, Judy Greer shoots him and, like, they go and save her, but he walks off in the woods.
Yeah. Like, it's not
satisfying.
It's nothing.
But then this ending wasn't satisfying.
But you know what?
No,
We all knew the ending wasn't going to be as great as H2O or even
I honestly wish they would have a good ending to this one.
I think so, because that's what I was
the
most
moment the Blumhouse said, "Oh, we're doing a sequel," I knew the ending was not going to be as good.
Yeah,
I knew it because if they're talking about a sequel, then he lives one way or another. If they said this is the one and only one we're going to do, and that's it, then I know we're going to have a satisfying ending. But once he said there's a sequel in the works, I knew that that he either going to live or we're going to have a stupid ending. Like the way I depicted the ending, I wanted Judy Greer's character to be with Laurie. I wanted Laurie to tell her, everything I trained you for, this is the moment. I need you to get my back, or we're going to go looking for him. And I wanted her and Judy Greer and Laurie to go back to back with their guns in hand, going through the rooms.
Exactly.
Having each other's back.
The scene where Laurie is looking for him throughout the whole house,
that was thrilling.
That was
very thrilling.
That was exciting.
But the part with the doctor was really bad. Like, it had really good parts and then it had really bad parts. I think all the Michael parts were really good. But other than that, like, trying to add to the mythology did not work.
The whole side characters were awful.
All
of them.
So bad.
Like, the kills were decent. But the whole the whole twist was just
bad.
Like, it was supposed to be a review where, like, he's the one who released Michael. He's the one who is bringing him to Laurie. But it just didn't work out that way. And then the fact he was wearing the mask and he just, like, pops up.
He, like, with a wand.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then
Patronum.
And then he picks up Michael and drags him into the car and throws him in the back seat.
Okay, first of all, I had
I
had a big problem with Michael not finishing up Allison when they're in the same, like, in the back of the truck together.
Yeah.
There was no reason for her not to kill her there.
Yeah.
And then he just, like, ignores her. Okay, bye.
Well, he kills the
Who cares? No.
Let me give this movie its redeeming qualities. Okay.
Try me.
Allison.
Allison was good.
Allison was a good
But
character.
hold on. Let me stop you there.
The granddaughter?
Allison's,
she was okay.
Allison's boyfriend and the whole dance
the
scene
cheating,
were not needing at all.
Well, first of all, what happened to him?
Well,
he died.
What happened? Like, there
They
was no
killed
need
him.
for this
No,
scene.
the boyfriend didn't
there
get
was
killed.
No kill.
He still he lived. They didn't even go back to him. That was
There
my
was
fault.
no-
That was my
the one
shit.
friend. The
Yeah,
one friend
the
got
boyfriend.
killed.
The one friend got killed, but he still lived.
The whole dancing was not needed.
Exactly. But I'm just like, what happened to him? That's
it was
what was
stupid.
missing for me. I think
Stupid.
that's
Just
why
the blonde
script
friend.
has a lot of issues. But
that's it. That was
the black guy with the hat, he was like the mayor or whatever.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
he was not
What
needed
the fuck
either.
happened? He was not needed either.
But like I said,
writing.
Allison as a character, as a final
I like
girl,
her.
like
Better
in
than Karen.
Her first movie, she was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. she was good.
First time I liked actually a teenage character.
Me too.
This Michael, for example, I have never been more afraid of Michael Myers than in this movie. I'm sorry, I'm gonna
More than
give
Rob
it.
Zombies?
This is my favorite Michael Myers because he was very brutal.
Yeah.
Since the beginning, when he started killing.
I'm totally
'Cause
gonna
he-
agree with you.
No, because he killed ruthlessly.
When he was going to the houses.
Really,
Going through
That
the,
was my
the
favorite.
house to house. That was my favorite.
scene.
Even though it was a ruined scene for me, it was my favorite scene because it's just he just did his thing.
Even
though there's no connection to Laurie, Like the fact that he just goes back and he's just like, I'm just gonna kill
'cause
these
he's just a killer.
motherfuckers. Yeah,
Right here,
he's just
this
a
one, he's
killer.
just-
Even that
killer.
scene with the motion light and stuff, like
Yeah,
that was good.
pretty-
I hate that kid.
This
but
is
that
the
scene
most
was good.
this is the most brutal Michael Myers I've ever seen.
I love this
even
Michael.
including Rob Zombies.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
this Michael.
I
You
know
just
what's funny?
this Michael's my favorite.
We used to
Probably.
make fun of him because the actor he was older. We're like, oh, he's gonna be like a daddy, Grandpa Michael Myers with a cane.
I know that we would talk shit because when we saw the first,
But you know what? He sold it. He sold it.
He fucking did it well.
He still had his shit.
Let me. The whole first scene was not needed with the documentary crew.
Oh,
That shit
the
was
podcast-
bad.
the
Oh my
podcast people?
God, that was bad. It was not needed at all.
I thought he
It was
gonna be the
intense, but it
doctor.
was
I
not
thought he was a
like-
doctor,
yeah.
not the
I
podcast.
thought they were gonna go somewhere better.
I thought he
I
would be
mean, other than Michael Myers being as brutal as I've ever seen, the score was great to me.
Yeah.
The score was amazing because
Yeah.
John Carpenter did it, and he's now in his like synth prime because it's like he does the concerts.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing.
I
it,
love
but it's good.
the score, like when Allison's getting chased and you hear the purge, like that purge like roar or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So
That was good.
it was great. I enjoyed it. I think that's the thing of the movies. Like
So what do you think they're gonna go next?
I hope they stop
I
now.
don't know.
Do you think we're gonna have another Laurie,
No.
or do you think they're gonna continue
Um,
with the daughters and the granddaughter?
She says she would come back if David Gordon Green does the directing. Now, they made a lot of money with this movie, right?
Yeah.
It's the top horror. Isn't it the top horror movie
Yeah.
all time now?
No,
It beat
the
it, I
top
think.
horror movie was it, but
No,
this
it's
is
No,
top
they
slasher.
beat it.
It beat it.
It beat it already?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So this is the top.
They really need to fix the script because
Hmm.
there's so many fucking issues with the script. But the thing is, they don't pay. They paid a little bit of the fan service, but they paid more of the who's gonna want to come see this shit service, and that's where I have my issue. If to me, I wouldn't even know what to think of as a sequel. I wouldn't know where to go.
No.
Ditch the comedy. I don't like the comedy in it.
He's technically dead in this
Yeah.
because he's just burned in the basement.
Well,
No,
the
he's not
comedy,
there anymore.
Do you mean with the little kid? I love that
Oh.
scene.
That was funny to me.
I
No.
love that.
Because honestly, that little kid is how I would react.
Yeah.
If I see my babysitter get stabbed, I'd be like, "Oh shit!" and I'm fucking running down the stairs.
Totally.
No, you're not gonna lie. You wouldn't. You act like you wouldn't feel the same.
I just feel like it was supposed to be more of a intense scene, and he kind of ruined that scene. It made it funny when it's supposed to be more intense when she's getting killed.
But I think they intentionally wrote it that way.
I wouldn't. I
don't think they wanted it to be serious. They wanted it to be.
I
funny.
wanted to be. Well, the rest of the movie plays it serious. So why during a murder scene would you play it funny?
I think that because of the little kid of like how they wrote him out to be like the funny black kid. That's I think they played the rest of the scene. They shouldn't have. Don't get me wrong. 'Cause
humor came off as like Resurrection. It reminded me like that same world.
kind of maybe that's why I liked it. But
Like
but
it's
honestly,
it is a fun movie. I do agree on that.
But I think like because it's the first babysitter kill, they should have been more serious about it.
Yeah.
I agree on that. Like
And it's also one of Lori, not Lori's, her gun. What's her name? Karen.
Allison.
Allison. Don't know their fucking names. Allison is one of her friends. So this is supposed to be like an important scene. And we also saw in the trailer that part was scary. So I expected something the scares to continue, but the fact that happened and then it played up like its humor, I was like, it took me out of it.
yeah.
And it did that a lot. Even with that one kid with the flashing lights, like his whole dialogue was atrocious. I'm like, I just wish it was just quiet.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying anything. Maybe he could be like breathing and panting a little bit, but that's it. And just have it just like a quiet, intense scene with just lighting and just Michael walking. I think that would have been more effective.
I don't know. My hopes, which I'm sure they're gonna do a sequel. So my
They are.
hopes for the next sequel is just don't play it safe on the gore for one. Bring back the classic slasher elements and just I don't know. It's if you want to bring back Laurie, cool, but Allison kind of redeemed herself and she's just like the torch was passed. Give it to Allison. Let her kind of shine out. You know, Judy Greer, if you have to put her back in there, make her more protective. I don't know. It's just, to be honest, I'm not sure if they can come back from this. I don't know where they can go. Don't know. No, because he was burned in the what are you gonna
But
do?
he was in the basement though.
You're gonna be cliched. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna show him escape, like he's gonna punch a wall and escape through the basement, and that's how he lived. And I feel like
If that was the case, I would have preferred the original ending where he just walked through the woods. To be honest,
regardless, he's gonna walk away. He's gonna walk
I know
away.
he's gonna walk away. It's just like
Um,
I don't know. The original ending seemed better.
I just wished Allison would like stab him a little bit more. Like if she like if he were to grab her and pull her down, I wish she grabbed the knife and just have her just stabbing him consistently and then have him die right there, and then have her run up and then maybe torch his ass.
Fucked him up brutally, especially with his fingers getting blown off and
That was
everything.
cool.
Like they
I like
fucked
that.
him up. So
But I think because at the end they kind of the camera kind of zooms in on her holding the knife.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been cool that she has like a killer instinct inside her.
right, but I mean, kind of like how Vel told us, it's like just passing the torch, and I think that's true. She's just like she's still protective. She's like, I'm ready. But again, they kind of didn't want to go in that trauma.
So maybe
I don't
like
know.
her being in college or something.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe like Scream 2.
Like I said, I don't know.
Okay, I'll be there.
There's gonna be a sequel. I just don't know where they're gonna do with
What do
it.
you
We'll
think?
see we'll see where they take this, like, cause it can be like a Halloween 4 type thing where she's at the end like trying to be
Okay.
like him, or it can be like he's gonna escape. Like we really don't fucking know. But other than that, I just want to say like this last one kind of disappointed me a little bit.
A little.
I wanted a Halloween movie. I got a Halloween movie. I enjoyed for what it is, but it's not.
It could have been more.
It's
It could have
not
been more.
amazing.
Like by keeping it simple, fine, but elevate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the stakes higher.
Yeah, so we're just gonna keep trying. Until then,
Are we gonna say farewell?
farewell, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Stay tuned for more episodes. We're
Yes.
coming back.
Boys, Biz, and Blood.
Back again.
Bye.